So, yes, we are recording this session, and basically, this is kind of a demo session. I usually give free demo, like one class for free. So, I saw your,
Okay.
I don't know exactly how much you scored. You showed me the blue lines, but you were looking for 65, which should not be that difficult. And the first thing that you showed me were blue lines. There, I was looking at it, that your speaking
Yeah.
was like full. You scored full in the first
And
part.
my first one.
Yeah. And but short writing, that is basically write from dictation, no? Whereas there is a
Oh, okay.
speaking and there is a symbol of pen, where it's written open response, speaking and writing. That is like summarize spoken text and write from dictation, right? So there you are making mistakes. Now, either you are getting confused over the singulars and plurals, like we don't know if they are saying student or students. Can I ask, if you don't mind, that where actually are you from? Like, I'm from Pakistan. For me, some accents might be difficult to understand. I don't know if he said student or if he said students. So you are from?
I'm actually from Philippines and then I moved here in Australia for studying.
Okay, okay. So then, yeah, I think it should not be a difficult thing for you to understand the accent, because you are living among people who are English speaking. Like from everywhere, will be hearing people speaking in English. Anyways, so if you, the thing is, either you are not good in spellings. That's why you made mistake in uh, like right from dictation.
Oh yeah, because that one is also my weak area and
Hmm.
also from repeat sentence, I think.
Is right, no, it's not repeat sentence, it's right from dictation, because the first thing, if you look at it, it's a symbol. It shows pen and a speaking part. So that says that is something to have to do with writing and listening, writing and speaking. So maybe it was summarized spoken text, or there you are making a mistake. And I don't know also, how did you do your summarized spoken text? How did you attempt it?
What I did is I use phrases than keywords, but um I don't think if I
Okay.
am good enough to.
Sometimes it also happens that every 6 months they keep changing their templates, and the artificial intelligence is getting more sophisticated. Before, people used to use some keywords, and they used to do just one line strategy in speaking, and they were scoring a lot. But now that Pearson has become popular, I think they are making it more strict in marking. What I have seen from different people's perspectives. So, when was the last time you gave your exam, the first exam? Hello? When did you last give your first exam?
So my first exam, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
So my first exam was last year, December first
Uh,
week.
uh-huh.
And then, and yeah, but I didn't get my score in listening and writing. So that's why I review again for 1 month. And then my second attempt is last January. I think it's 25th of January.
Of 2024 or 2020?
Yeah, 2024.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Things have become a bit difficult and more sophisticated, maybe, to score. Like, I know 4 to 5 people who were unable to score in writing. Like, they were getting 90 in other parts and 66 in writing. So, maybe the templates, it's not working anymore. And it's not about the templates, it's about how you're using the templates, how you are making use of it. So what I have seen is, for what I did for myself in summarized spoken text was, I wasn't writing keywords. I was writing phrases. Like, if you have seen the videos made by Nakul, I don't remember his channel name.
Okay.
Yeah.
You use his template?
No, 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 no. I used my own template, but I used his
Oh, okay.
strategy. His strategy is to write
Okay.
phrases, not the keywords. So the phrases is he explains you how to note down the phrase. Like for keywords, it's easy to write one word. But what he says is that you should like write phrases. So the strategy is you listen for 5 seconds and then you write those what exactly you heard, you write it, and then again, meanwhile you're writing, you might skip some words. So don't worry much about that. Then again, 5 seconds, listen and write, listen and write, listen and write. So at least write 5 lines or 5 phrases. Like there should be 5 sentences, not five
Okay.
words.
Yeah.
Or even if the keywords, how many keywords did you write?
Sorry.
How many keywords did you write?
For the summer spoken text,
Yes.
in my first attempt, I used keywords, and then my second one,
How many? How many?
I use
How
how
many?
many keywords?
Uh,
I think it's 10,
oh, that is less.
8 to 10, like that.
It should have been minimum 15, because
15.
you
Oh, okay.
have provided very less content to the exam, the AI, to mark you. Because if you look at I don't know if you've used app uni, if you look at the answer given there, they tell
Yeah.
you that the AI has the answers fed in the system, right, in the memory. So
Yeah.
if you're giving just eight answers, just imagine if you write 100% paper, right, so you might make some mistakes, you will get 90. Okay, if you
So
write
I should like put phrases in summary
exactly
spoken
phrases and
text.
as much content as possible, provide as much
Okay.
content, write as much as possible, right? Okay,
Yeah.
then let's come to the another blue line. The thing is, for every question, be it essay, be it written, summarized, spoken text, you should provide as much content as possible. Okay, and then let's come to um the part that is okay. There was reproduce spoken and written text, that is summarized written extended writing. Your essay is not good. I don't know how you are writing it. How did you that also depends, no? Because right now people are not getting marks on essay, and I exactly don't know what is your template and how you're using a template. I didn't learn the template whole by heart. It was that I wrote a lot of content on my own about the topic. Like my topic was about media, so I did write template but not religiously follow it. I wrote 5 to 6 lines on the topic based on my own information and knowledge. So that is also very important. Short writing is summarized written text. How many words did you write there?
In summarized written text,
Yes.
it's 70 words.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, 70
Okay.
words.
But also depends that, in summarized written text, there should be only one full stop.
Yeah.
So there you have lost some marks. Also, extended speaking was your full score before. That
Yeah.
is, read aloud and repeat sentence and everything. And
Oh,
okay,
okay. So I did like good in read aloud and then repeat sentences.
you
That it.
also, yeah, you also did good in answer short questions. You also did good in multiple skills comprehension,
Okay.
also in single comprehension. Where exactly I think you have lost your marks is fill in the blank listening. Even fill in the blanks listening has short, right? It has to do with spellings.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm not sure, but I think you have some issues with spelling.
Yeah, maybe because sometimes I miss here if that is the word or this. So
For
yeah, I
that,
think.
you have to be very quick. You have to be very vigilant. And if you don't know, what I did was, if I cannot figure it out if it was student or students, if it was plural or singular. I wrote both the words, but I don't know. I got the marks. I don't know if this strategy is still working or not. That you can write extra words, but for me it worked
In what section?
in write from dictation.
Oh yeah, it's still. I think it's still working.
Still working, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So could you share your essay template with me? How many words did you write in the
Um,
essay template?
some the first mistake that I did in my first PTE exam is I
Hmm.
just put keywords. I use like like milestone study.
Hmm.
That is my first attempt, and then I just put like um the in the title.
Okay.
Yeah, I just copy and paste that. And then my second one is I have also template, but I put on my own idea based on the questions. So I think
Putting
I don't know if I get loose mark on that.
putting your own idea is not a bad thing to do, but
Yeah.
maybe you made some mistakes in grammar and again maybe spellings.
Yeah, I think so.
In spellings also, because maybe if you're saying that you were, because when you were using template, you were using the words that are grammatically right. The content is like cross checked. They know that okay, and they have already given you the content, they have given you the words for which you the spellings you must have memorized, and they also have given you the grammatical version if you write the or or should I you write dances or should you write dance, you know the thing about s when it comes to single person
Yep.
and single person and plural, right? Okay.
Yep.
And also because they gave you vocabulary, very good vocabulary. Maybe the template that was made was using making use of good vocabulary. Maybe the thing that you wrote is maybe you made some grammatical mistakes. You were not aware where to put the comma, the punctuation marks. Maybe the
Yeah.
vocabulary that you provided on your own was not up to the mark. Maybe you made spelling mistakes. Maybe you made grammatical mistakes, making like wrong propositions of where to put off or on, upon, and also the wrong use of the and so maybe you made mistakes from there because it's not that bad. Extended writing is not that bad for if you want to score for 65. For person who wants to score for 79, for me it was 79 was necessary, so I had to have work very hard in extended writing. So your extended writing is not that bad. For 65 it was okay. It's, I think it's just some minor mistakes you were making.
I think I have low score in listening and writing, right? I think
Mm,
it's all
mhm.
because of the right from dictation.
Exactly, the spelling thing. You
Yeah,
have issues
that's
with spellings. Have you ever
and
did you use any third party application like App Uni or Language Academy? Have you given any mock exams?
my first one is I use APUni, and then after that I saw a lot of good reviews about Language Academy, so that is my second website that I use.
Good. Okay, it's fine. So, how much you were scoring at App Uni or Language Academy?
So in APUni, I get like on mock test,
Hmm.
I just get like 60s to 70 like that.
That's the
And then
mis
in
that's the mistake because for me, whatever I used to score on App Uni, I got it in real exam. I used to score 80 plus in App Uni, and exactly I got 80 plus in real exam. Because, like, if you were getting 60 and if you were aiming for 65, you should have worked hard to score more than 70 or 75. Because App Uni is the third party application, right? And the exam
yeah,
Pearson is the it's a real exam and it's really sophisticated. So in App Uni, I never scored more than 80 in speaking, but in real exam, I got 87. So you shouldn't have
okay.
stopped at 60 while you were practicing because in App Uni, reading part is very easy. Okay. But in real exam, reading part is very difficult. Also, the writing, you do get marks in on essay in App Uni Language Academy, the third party applications, but in real life, you don't. Because their sophisticated software is very advanced. Maybe they are now able to figure it out that okay, same essay is being written by 100 other peoples because they are using templates. So what I did was my target was to score at least more than 85 in mock exams. So I could like be in a safe zone, might get marks 80 plus minus 85, right?
Yeah.
So how long did you practice? That also depends because Pearson has such a big data bank, and so they can give you questions from anywhere, and also each question is different from other. Like I used to think when I was practicing that why does App Uni give six read aloud? Why does the speaking part of Pearson exam has six read aloud? Why they have 11 repeat sentences? Why they have three describe images? Why the differences in the count? Then I realized maybe because each question has some different structure, so they want to test you on different formats of English. Like in read aloud, I realized that there was some questions which had very tough vocabulary where you can where you are unable to pronounce. Some questions had too many commas there because at commas you have to make a pause, right? Some questions
Yeah.
I saw that they have many like kind of a tongue twisters like students and and where there is ed. So you where there is a singular and a plural present in a past form. Some sentences had some grammatical differences, like some were in past and some were in future. Even in a describe image, if you can recall one picture they gave you, it's all about pictures, nothing written there. Like there is a scene of a kitchen where you have to say that the kitchen has stove or kettle or chair or table or basin or cabinets or sink, and then they give you a picture where there is half picture and half words. Okay, and then there is a third picture which gives you a lot of words mentioned in that picture, not much scenery in it. So that is to know, to check you on different levels and different kinds of questions and different structures. Even the repeat sentences have different form of content in it. So that made me realize that they are trying to check you on different aspects in different formats and different angles. So for that, the point I want to give is that there is so much data bank for the Pearson that if you practice for long, you are able to practice all different kinds of sentence structures and contents. If you practice for less time, you are practicing very less content of the Pearson. Did you get my point?
Yeah, yeah, I know.
So I used to practice for I practiced for 8 months. Why? Because I was waiting
Eight
for 8 months
months?
because I
Oh,
was
okay.
waiting for assessment. So my assessment took a lot of time. I submitted in January and it came in August. So it gave me a very good time to practice. Everybody was saying to me, "Why don't you just give your PTE? Why do you give your PTE? You have been practicing it so long." I said, "Let me wait first. Let's see what assessment I get." So that gave me a lot of time to practice because I know my assessment is under review, and it gave me time to practice and I practiced. That was very helpful because I realized that every time the question I was getting was different from the one that I practiced previously. So that gave me a
So you just use Ape Uni?
yeah, I used App Uni. I was using Language
Okay.
Academy, but I used App Uni's mock exam because what I did first, I was going for free mocks, no, that are available like Guruli and Gorilla and other things.
Yeah.
But you know, though every exam gave me different marks. There, I lost my confidence. I get it so demotivated. Somewhere I was getting marks in 40s, somewhere I was getting marks in 60s. I said, "What is happening with me?" I started crying. Oh, what is happening? Then I thought, no, I should stick to any one kind of third party application, right? So I stick to App Uni, and then there I used to practice, and I practiced. And
Are
how many
you
mocks
just
exams?
using your own template?
Somebody gave me. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, but you know, I didn't stick to one template. I even used to watch videos by Language Academy, some videos by Nakul, some language from a lady from Nepal, some
Yeah.
content from randomly, because I used to see when I was working on templates, some template worked me for me and some didn't. I wasn't able to like adjust myself looking at the templates. So I tried every the person who is available or every content that is available on the YouTube to see which suits me. Like sometimes some template for repeat describe image I was using, and they were saying at the end thank you. When I was saying thank you, I was getting red. You know, when you don't pronounce correctly, you get red words. So
Yeah, yeah.
I realized maybe my thank you pronunciation is not good. Why not I skip the word thank you? So I didn't follow the templates blindly. I modified them according to my skills. Like somebody was saying that it is a beautiful picture, but when I was saying beautiful, I was getting red. So I said it is a very informative picture. For when I said informative, then I realized that okay, the word was getting green. So maybe my T pronunciation was not that clear. That happened because I'm an Asian, so my accent, maybe the software is not able to catch it or something like that. So it's not about template. It's you self correct yourself when you're using a template that either it suits you or not. It's nothing wrong with those templates. I cannot
Yeah,
say that this
and that it's full of fluency, right? It's because of the clarity and then the fluency.
exactly that point. Like if I'm saying thank you, maybe I'm not fluent. Maybe I'm getting stuck somewhere. So maybe my
Okay.
T gets stuck, my tongue gets stuck somewhere when I say thank you. So when I said informative, so there it was catching it. And when I was saying there is a beautiful picture, I wasn't getting my like the computer was not catching my there. When I said here is a beautiful picture, it was getting it. So I realized that maybe my T is not that clear. So that also happened. And okay, when you were doing read aloud, maybe if you scored good in the first attempt in read aloud, maybe the device that you were using in the center, maybe the speaker
Yeah,
wasn't
maybe.
placed properly to your mouth, not properly adjusted, something like that. Or maybe you changed your template for describe image. There, maybe you lost your marks because describe image is also extended speaking.
Do you need more keywords to in describe image also in retail lecture?
Yes, try to how okay, tell me how did you attempt the describe image?
So in describe image, my first one is I use Anusha templates.
Uh-huh.
Like it's like her template is like the picture is mainly about like that, and also about the keywords, and also about and then so on more keywords.
Okay. Well, dear, yes, it is about keywords, but it's not. It was not about a template. The trick is, like for what I did, I had my template, but while I was to do exams, mock exams, I used to look at the answer that were provided by App Uni. There, I realized that uh, because the Pearson doesn't have your template fed in the system. So if you read a template, like 40 words, you are saying something which is not with the Pearson. You're getting my point. The
Yeah.
answer, it's not there in the Pearson. What Pearson exactly has, all the information that is provided in the picture. Then I realized that if I start speaking, half of my time is wasted, I would say, trying to like blindly follow template, and I'm left with very less time to provide the content which is in the picture. So I thought when I saw that there is a picture which has very less words there, like if there is a picture of a kitchen. So what I did follow the template blindly. I just said, here is an informative picture in front of me, which is about a kitchen. And then I started speaking whatever I saw in the picture. I first wrote it, where they give you time to prepare. I wrote there is stove, kitchen, chair, table, sink. Because if you look there, then you're trying to run your eyes here and there. Then you get lost. So if you write it, if you list down the objects, the thing is, and what I'm trying to say is, I wasn't following the template. I was actually trying to concentrate what is provided in the picture. How much keywords can I get from the picture? So my intention was to speak as much content from the picture as possible rather than concentrating on the template. Same if
Oh yeah.
if there was a graph, or if there was a describe image about a graph. So in graph, it is very important to mention three things: maximum, minimum, and conclusion. Say the maximum value is 38.9. The minimum value is, for example, 9.2. And in conclusion, it is a very informative picture. That is very important, that you should try to speak as much content provided in the picture. They're clearly given the words. They like for example, it's about a country. You say, I can see America, Indonesia, and Pakistan. I can also see Philippines, Australia. I can also see India, Nepal. So that are the things that are given in the picture, and that are provided in the that are fed in the exams answers. So if there are hundreds and percentages given, you see on the x-axis they give you numbers, on the y-axis On the horizontal line and the vertical line, there are a lot of numbers. Try to speak as much numbers also in percentages that are given in the picture. But if you consider on your template, you are speaking the content which is not with the person. Getting my point? So I
Yeah.
never followed the templates blindly. Never. I do have, because it's good thing to start your sentences in a structured way. So that gave you a good boost to start your conversation, the templates. But I think the first line or the second line of a template is important. You can keep it with you for speaking. After that, just say whatever is in the picture with fluency and with accuracy and with proper pronunciation. That's it. So there you maybe you lost the marks, because you are saying that because every time the templates are changing and the content is changing. So to be on the safe side, it's better not to concentrate on the template, but the content that is given in the exam. Read aloud, try to concentrate what's given, repeat sentences, try to understand what the person has said, describe image, try to produce as much content that is given in the picture, speak as much content in this picture, summarize written text, summarize spoken text, leave the template. I did follow template for summarize spoken text. I just wrote the sentences and spoke those sentences back to the system, back to the AI, back to the Pearson. Summarize written text, very easy. You copy things from the that is given in the content and just reproduce it. No rocket science there, no much using any techniques or technology and whatsoever. Essay, what I did is I wrote my own sentences, 6 sentences from my own on the topic, and I made sure the grammar is right and I'm using right vocabulary. For example, if it was on media, I mentioned words like social media, and I didn't write, I try not to write any negative words. Like I did write that I didn't use word trolling, because trolling is slang and is a negative word, kind of a. So I did use, because if you are to provide disadvantages, you can write, like you can say bad eyesight, or it might ruin your eyesight. That is not a negative word. Trolling is a negative word. So I avoided using negative words in writing essay, and I wrote 6 lines from my own on the essay, making sure that I know the spellings. And I'm writing it in a better grammar. Maybe I'm done a PhD, so maybe that helped me, because I had a habit of writing research articles of 10,000 words. So maybe that helped me. And also summarize written text, right from dictation. I made sure that my spelling is not wrong, and if I was confused about spelling, like if I didn't remember if he said student or students, I wrote both the words. When if I was not sure if the person said there or there, there or there, so I wrote both of it, the versions, like the same sounding words, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
these small things help you. If you ignore these small things, then you lose marks like cats and dogs. It's like raining cats and dogs, if I can use this phrase. So like you have to fight for every mark. You cannot give the chance to them to deduct your marks. So if you were getting 65, you should have aimed for 75 in the mock.
75 on AP Uni?
Yeah, AP Uni,
Oh, okay.
any kind of a, yeah. Because when I was with 80, I thought, so everybody said, okay, now you are scoring 80 on mock AP Uni, why not you go for exam? I said, no, I want to go more than 80 in the mock exam. So thank God that like I got more what I was scoring in the mock, because I was like targeting higher. So that was my strategy. Usually, what the tip that I would give to anyone is practice as much as possible, even if it takes you time. Because if now see you have wasted your time, now if you have practiced
Yeah.
more, like if you have practiced for 4 months and given an exam, you must have cleared it. Now you have given your exam and you have waited for 3 4 months and there is no result. You could have done that 3 4. You can have used those 3 4 months for practicing. It's like you have gone back to the beginning, the starting point. Now you have to start again. So practice as much as possible. It sounds very easy exam, but it is not that easy. So I hope this was enough for you.
Yeah, it's really informative discussion because you share some ideas and strategies.
Exactly. Because and you have to be careful that what strategy suits you, your
Yeah,
pattern, your way of approaching things, your pronunciation. Like for me, I speak from nose. So like there is a kind of a airy noise comes from my mouth when I speak because I usually speak from my nose. So when I
in
was
the
doing
nose
that,
area.
like yeah, the air comes out when I speak, no? So that
Mm.
also used to disturb my read aloud. So what I did was that when I and also when I was used to do with laptop, I was getting different score. When I was used to do speaking by using my cell phone, I used to get different score. So then I realized maybe the pitch for cell phone is different, maybe the for laptop is different. So I was like technically also checking myself. So you need to like be very harsh on yourself, very hard on yourself when you are practicing it. How many mock did you practice? I practiced almost 80 mocks.
On my first, oh, I practice always 1 month before my exam.
That is very less because you practice very less content that is there, on the internet about the Pearson exam and about the PTE. And how many mocks? 1 month and how many mocks?
Um, in 1 week, I like full mock test. I have like I think 2 to 3 full mocks, and then the other days, I just practiced all of the areas that it's kind of weak for me.
That was good, but the time you gave to the exam to preparation is very less because we are Asians. You basically origin from Philippines and Asians, so we don't have that good English. We don't have that grammar. We don't have that good vocabulary. We don't have the ability to reproduce that high quality content to clear that Pearson exam because it's not that easy. For people who are native speakers, for them it's easy. For us, we have to practice a lot to come to that level to clear the
Yeah.
foreign language because we are not native speakers. So you should, if you want to give another attempt, I would say practice a lot. If you're not in a hurry, at least practice for 6 months. That's what I am looking for because you did well. What that I must appreciate about you, but you were unable to correct yourself where you were doing wrong. Were you correcting yourself? Were you cross checking where I'm lacking and how could I improve myself? Were you doing that?
Sorry, the what?
Like, were you cross-checking yourself, or were you like correcting yourself wherever you were lacking somewhere?
Do you mean where I have like difficult areas?
Yeah, exactly. How did you correct yourself? Did you try to correct yourself? Did you try to S it?
Oh yeah. Like in repeat sentences,
Mm.
I always, in the page, Australian PTA page, I always read that it's all about the you need to speak at least like 60% with
No,
fluency and clarity.
dear, that is what you did wrong. See, if you practice 100%, if you give your 100%, you will get 90 marks because you might make some mistake, or might be Pearson is not able to catch you. What you are saying. If you
Yeah,
give
or sometimes I fumble on some areas of words.
Exactly. So if you give 80% to the system, it will give you 70 marks. If you give 60% to the system, it will give you 50 marks because you have to have some margin for the errors that you are making. Like I knew that if I practice 100%, I will be able to get 80 because I might make mistakes. I might fumble or the AI might not be able to catch my words. So I was giving some margin for a mistake to myself. If you are aiming for 60, you are not giving margin for yourself for any mistakes. Like you are just at the edge. So if you would have aimed higher for 70, you might have fallen in 65. If you are aiming for 80, you might have fallen in 70s. If you are aiming for 90, you might fall in the category of 80s. So you should have scored, tried and aimed. So when you're saying repeat sentence, it should have been more than 60%. It should have been
Oh, okay.
80%. So you would have scored like 60. Like for example, if you were speaking 6 words, and what if you were speaking 3 words wrong? So how much content did you give to the system? How many words? Like for example,
3 words.
you said that you were trying to repeat 60% of the repeat sentences.
Yeah, like half of the sentences if it's really long. Sometimes, we have like a short memory, so we can always say all of the 15 words.
So that's what I'm saying. That if you're giving 60%, what if you made 3, 4 mistakes? So how much marks did you get? 40%.
Oh yeah, just like that for 40 to 30%.
Exactly, logically speaking, right? For what I did for repeat sentences, I used to write the initials. Like if the sentence is wrong or small, I try to keep it in my memory also, and also I wrote the initials to make sure that either did he say could or did he say would? Was it a would? So for if he said could, I wrote a C, right, for initial. And if
Yeah.
it was a would, I wrote W. So sometimes you are not able to recall either he said could or would, because we are not a native speaker, so we are not good at figure it out. We are not able to figure it out if where to use could and where to use would, where to use shall and where to use should, because shall is also future. And also we are not able to say where to use would, where to use could and where to use should, because we are not that have good grammar. So I used to write initials. I also used to keep it in my memory, and also to I used to write initials, the first letter of the words that the speaker was saying. If the sentence was long, then what I did, I wrote the first half and memorized the second half. So because once the sentence was long, you keep forgetting what he said previously. So for the previous part, I wrote the initials, and the second part I memorized it. This in the beginning when I was practicing, it sound bit difficult, but with practice, I got the hang of writing and memorizing at the same time.
What did you do on your like ride from dictation?
I wrote extra words, and I also wrote the initials. Same strategy for repeat sentences.
Oh, okay.
I wrote
Because for
initials.
me, it's kind of
Hmm.
hard to write the first initial because sometimes the speaker is really fast.
While you are writing it, you have to, while the speaker is writing, try to repeat in your head after him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So while you repeat after, you try to repeat also and write also. Like you are repeating in your head, you can even repeat it loudly. Damn care what the other if the other students are getting disturbed, but not loudly, like not shouting, but you can, like you can say think loudly. So you can whisper. You can whisper, okay, this everything that the person is saying, try to whisper it out. Try to tell yourself, talk to yourself, and keep writing the initials and keep writing, talking also, repeating the same sentence. This will help you to keep the sentence in mind in 3 different ways: on the paper, by whispering, on your tongue, in your head, in your eyes, and different ways. So it's all